Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's filming location is new and different. I'm trying to film on an iPad and thought that the lighting in this room was a little bit better and also the atmosphere was a little bit better, as this is my closet. Soon we're going to undergo a home renovation and my closet's going to get a lot prettier, but for now this is kind of what it looks like. So anyway, today I wanted to do a quick video on a bag that I think is sort of gaining momentum as far as popularity is concerned. This bag to me is not new, but to many I get a ton of questions on it because it keeps coming out every season in different iterations. So without further ado, I present you with the Chanel updated Kelly bag. So the code for this bag, which I'll put below, is 14P as in Paul, A92236, Y25854, and then the color code is 96920. The color code and the tag for this bag reads that the color is green. I'd say that the way it's showing up here on camera is about accurate as far as what it looks like. It's beautiful. It's green lambskin, and the hardware is like a super light, like brushed gold. And I saw this bag pop up on the Chanel website actually when I was on vacation in January of 2014 and like jumped all over it. So I want to say I probably got it in February of 2014, and 14P is 14 Printemps, which I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I'm from Chicago, I have a bad accent, I'm not French, but it means more or less spring. So the price of this bag, this is definitely one of my most expensive Chanel bags. I think the only one that I have that's more expensive is my Maxi. Price on this bag was $5,100 back in 2014. Not sure if that price has gone up. And so therefore with tax, I think it was about $5,600 all in, because tax here in the Chicagoland area is 10%. Yeah, and so that's kind of the brass tacks of this. I bought it from Neiman Marcus. That's the dealer that had it at the time. I don't recall, and I don't believe that the Chanel boutique also had this bag. So anyway, it keeps coming back every year. I have seen it recently in this size. I don't know, I'm not familiar with what colors it's come out in, but essentially there's this small size, and this here has 3 folds. So then there's a smaller size that has only 2 of these folds. And then there's a large size that I think runs around $6,000, and it's huge. It's almost like a briefcase. It could easily be like twice the size of this bag. So that leads me to talk about the dimensions of the bag. This measures 9.5 inches across. It is approximately 6 3/4 inches high, and the width, which is a little hard, because it's wider at the bottom than it is at the top, is about 4 inches. So let's say maybe between 3 and 4 inches of width. So this is definitely not a joke when it comes to how much stuff that it can fit. There is this little top handle here. I really think it's only designed to kind of let you put an arm through it. This is approximately 3 inches high here. And then the thing that is really fun about this handbag is that it comes with a detachable strap. So it looks like this, and you'll see on the top of the bag you have these 2 little holes, and you can pop the strap into the holes. It's like a little T-bar, and I have had people ask if there's ever been an instance where like the strap has fallen out. Never has. I've never had any sort of like stability issues using this bag, but essentially you can fit the strap through the holes. You can't even see it, but there's these little T-bars on the inside. You can see I never even took my stickers off on those 2 grommets. But anyway, you can use this strap as well, and it measures approximately 18 inches. I am 5'5" and probably about 145 pounds. This is not something that I can really do crossbody. I think it's a little high. Sorry about my tenty. A little bit high for crossbody use, but it's a perfect shoulder bag. And I like this leather at the top. It makes it just slightly more comfortable. So that is kind of the measurements of the bag. As far as the nuts and bolts, like kind of how this thing is set up, you have a back pocket, very similar to a back pocket on a classic flap. You can fit a phone into the pocket, although it's a little bit awkward. And then we have front of the bag turn lock, just like any old Chanel classic flap is concerned. Interesting thing about this bag, you have green leather on the top, but burgundy leather, very, very similar to the structure of a classic flap bag on the inside, such that when I purchased this bag, I wondered if it was going to become part of the classic collection. And the thing that's also interesting is very similar to a classic flap. You have these two pockets right up here in front and a little thing for like a makeup here in the middle. So there's these two pockets in the front, middle section has nothing, and then the rear section has a zip pocket. And the thing that's funny is that's the exact same layout of the interior of a classic flap, as you have the two pockets in the front with the lipstick and then the zip pocket in the back. And then obviously it has these three sections as advertised on the outside. I did a review on my Tender Touch bag, which is another green bag. I love green, and did address the question of whether this kind of is in it for the long haul. I was worried that either they would, these would come apart over time, or they'd fall apart, or it would gather a lot of dust. But this bag is in excellent shape. I also keep my bags in excellent shape, but so far so good. No complaints. So as far as what fits inside of it, the answer is actually quite a bit. I have my giant Chanel wallet, and that can fit into this middle section here. Then we have iPhone. I'll just stick that in the front section. We have my mirror that everybody is probably so tired of seeing. That we can also pop in the front section. We have, okay, so I've been using this giant tote all week because it's been rainy. This is this O case. It's part of a Mansur Gabrielle bucket bag. I don't really have anything better. I'm not current on the O case, and I need to get one. But this will not fit. So rather than try to shove it in and risk the integrity of the bag, what I will tell you is that one of these Kylie lip kits, which I love, by the way, in case anybody's on the fence about these, they actually made a pretty good lip kit. That I can stick in the back pocket. And then another thing that we can fit inside are my sunglasses. These are my green Chanel sunglasses. They have these little pearls on the side. My husband actually got these for me at Nordstrom, which is really cute. And I have the case nearby, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I really don't love putting sunglasses, especially nice designer ones, in a soft case, but in a pinch, you gotta do what you gotta do. These are by a brand called Grinder Punch. I don't know. My husband purchased these on Amazon. They were like 3 for $10. So I have them floating around. And for the sake of argument, we will put the sunglasses inside of this bag. So that it's pretty full. Phone, mirror, sunglasses on top of the wallet, and in the back we have the lip kit. And there's even room to move. So you could probably stick a lot more makeup here. You behind this lip kit, you actually have some room in the front to move as well. I'd say that this bag carries almost as much as a maxi. I want to say that I've got almost more in here than I would put in a jumbo. So that is what we have as far as what fits inside. Now, in these videos, I like to give everybody little tips because I've been into my handbags for quite some time. So something that I will venture to say is that I do not love, because I've had problems with this before, especially when I've loaned bags out to people. I get really worried about putting pens, chapstick, makeup, eye drops, perfume, that type of thing. I do not love that stuff floating around inside of my bag. So obviously it'd be really fun if I had an O case in every shape and size. An O case, for anybody who's wondering, are the just very straightforward zippered pouches that Chanel makes. Louis Vuitton makes them as well. It's more or less, it's like a little makeup bag. But whenever I'm in like a little bit of a spot, I just grab a Ziploc. So it's like 10 cents. You can go ahead and like fill it up with chapstick or makeup or whatever you want, stick it inside of your bag, and you don't have anything to worry about as far as color transfer is concerned, etc. I have had this happen on numerous occasions that I purchase, especially for some reason with Chanel glosses, where I've purchased glosses and I don't know why, but they'll leak out of the under the top. And so I have two Chanel bags that unfortunately have like the vinyl, almost cloth like leather on the inside, and I have gotten lip gloss inside of them, and it's really hard to get out. The fabric is striated, so it's not a smooth surface, and you almost have to go in with like a Q-tip and do your best to try to like scrape out whatever's in there. So I've done minimal, but I'm a little type A about handbags, so some damage to my bags before. So this is my kind of tip of the day. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'd be curious to see if anybody has purchased this bag recently, if the price has stayed the same. This is kind of the medium size. Again, there's one that's a giant briefcase of a bag. There's a smaller one that only has 2 flaps, and then obviously, and I just did a reveal on it, they're making now the wallet on a chain with the gold plate on the top. In that video, I addressed briefly the question of whether I have any scratching on this, and I don't. So I have not had a problem at all maintaining the integrity of the hardware. It looks just as good now as it did when I purchased it. So anyway, thank you guys for stopping by and watching this week's video. If you have any questions or concerns, just let me know. Let me know if there's any videos that you want me to take care of, or any more information you need, and have a great day. Thanks.